Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Arthur Christian School for the 2020 Bravium Cup game between the Arthur Christian Conquering Riders and the La Salette Lions. This is Brother Dominic Savio alongside Joseph Mackin bringing you this afternoon's action. How you doing, Joe?
Doing pretty well, brother. How about yourself?
Oh, I'm doing just great. This is a big game, obviously a big rivalry game for a trophy. So there's obviously a lot of excitement going into this game. Everybody's looking forward to it. A lot to talk about. Let's get started. All right, so the Bravium Cup. The first game was played on November 22nd, 2016 at the Coliseum. Lions won 66-35. Now the name Bravium was taken from St. Paul's first epistle to the Corinthians, chapter 9, verse 24. Do you not know that those who run in a race all indeed run, but one receives the prize? So run as to obtain it. The word Bravium means prize. So this rivalry's been going on for a while. The first time these two teams played was in 2006 at the Coliseum. Arthur won that game 57-47. And ever since then, two teams have been playing. And in 2016, we started this cup challenge. The Lions have won it all three times. But we're just looking to, Lions are looking to continue this streak here tonight, this afternoon, during this game. Looks like we're about ready to get the starting lineups going here. Both teams assemble to their benches. Hoping to bring you a good game this afternoon. Lots of excitement.
Good afternoon, and welcome to today's varsity contest between La Salette Lions.
Crazy's here in full swing.
Before I introduce the starting lineups, please stand and join me in a word of prayer, followed by the national anthem. Dear God, we thank you for this day and thank you for both of these teams. I just pray you let these teams go out and play with everything they have.
All right, now it's time for the starting lineups. First for the La Salette Lions. Number 5, David Carlisle. Number 10, Stephen Deister. Manny Garcia, number 3. Number 22, Henry Crott. Number 20, Joseph Martin. Lions are coached by John Spezia, assisted by Father Daniel Cheveria. And now for the Arthur Christian Conquering Riders. Number 3, Micah Linville. Number 15, Michael Miller.
At center, at senior, number 23,
Number 23, Mason Smith.
At forward, a junior,
Number 1, Grady Binion. Number 35, Evan Oliver. The Conquering Riders are coached by Greg Mast. Both teams are preparing to get this game started here. This rivalry game, this game for the Bravium Cup.
Joseph, come in. David. Come on, Steven. Here we go, Blue.
And we're off. Manny Garcia getting the tip off goes to Steven Deister. Lions on the offense for the first possession of the game. Manny Garcia into Crott. Back out to Garcia. To Carlisle. To Deister. Martin. Lions passing the ball around up top. Deister tries to go inside. Backs out. To Crott. Lions need to concentrate during this game on getting the ball to Manny Garcia inside, underneath the basket. Crott. Garcia up top. Over to Deister. Deister goes in, out to Martin. Martin goes in, goes up for the shot, no good. Arthur now with the ball. Michael Miller to Oliver. To Linville. Arthur passing the ball around, also trying to get inside. Oliver with the ball, being guarded. Back out to Binion, Grady Binion. Grady Binion drives in, loses control of the ball. David Carlisle recovers. Still 0-0 here in the first quarter. Pass up to Joseph Martin, almost picked off by number 3, Michael Linville. Be Lions basketball as the ball goes out of bounds. Manny Garcia with the ball. Garcia into Crott, back out to Garcia. Joseph Martin. Lions trying to get something set up inside here. Martin to Garcia. Into Crott, almost picked off. Crott's pass back out, no good. Oliver now with the ball. He goes up, his shot is no good. Rebounded by Manny Garcia. Still no score here, a minute and a half into the game. Steven Deister with the ball. Into Garcia. Garcia looking for something to do, and he is called for a travel as he took a couple extra steps there. Timeout called by Coach Spezia of the Lions. Let's look a little bit at this rivalry here between the La Salette Lions and the Arthur Christian Conquering Riders. So as I said a little bit earlier, the first game was played in 2006. Arthur won the first 10 games that these two teams played together. The first time the Lions won was December 19th, 2011 at the Coliseum. So Arthur was on a 10-game winning streak until the Lions finally broke it. And then Arthur won the next 5 games from 2013 until December 6th, 2014. And then La Salette went on a winning streak, winning 8 games, including 2 cup challenges. And then last year, Arthur broke La Salette's winning streak with a 44-43 overtime win here in this gym, Arthur Christian School. And now the Lions have won the last 2 games, including last year's Cup Challenge. So the series is La Salette with 11, Arthur Christian with 16. Here we go, back in action. Steven Deister with the ball, passes it, tries to get it to Garcia. Oliver picks it off. Now Arthur with the ball. Oliver. 3-point shot by Michael Linville is good. It is 3-0 Arthur. Lions need to get some points on the board here. We are 2.5 minutes into the game. Lions still have not scored. Joseph Martin with the ball to Steven Deister. David Carlisle. Back over to Martin. Lions passing the ball around the top of the 3-point circle. Garcia. Shot. Good. Is now 3-2. La Salette's first points coming from Manny Garcia. Now Linville with the ball. To Miller. to Smith. Back to Linville. Linville drives in, being guarded by Deister. Passes it out to Oliver. Oliver over to Miller. Miller passes it out to Linville. Linville drives in, not able to get it. Out to Oliver. Shot by Grady Binion. 3-point is good. It's now 6-2. 4:43 left in the first quarter. Henry Crott with the ball. Carlisle over to Deister. Joe Martin. Back to Deister. Lions need to get some kind of offense set up here. As I said at the beginning of the game, Lions want to concentrate on getting the ball into Manny Garcia. Arthur is definitely guarding the inside. Manny Garcia now with the ball out to Steven Deister. Deister drives in. Looked like he tried to pass it, but picked off by number 35, Evan Oliver.
So far in this game, we've seen a lot of bad passes from the Lions. A lot of passes have been picked off. Lions really need to make sure that they're making precise passes.
Oliver with the ball, tries to pass it in to Miller. Miller back out to Oliver. Oliver, a three-point attempt, no good. Knocked out by number 23, Mason Smith. It will be La Salette basketball. Seems like La Salette often runs into that problem of the passes. David Carlisle now with the ball. Lions have to avoid those turnovers. They have to come out strong on offense. Right now they only have 2 points on the board. 3:40 left in the first quarter. Joseph Martin with the ball at the top of the three-point. Joe McCall into Crott. Back out to Martin. Martin over to McCall. McCall to Carlisle. Garcia shot. No good. Rebounded by David Carlisle to Crott. Lions still have the ball. Lions need to get some points off this possession here. Big possession for the Lions. Joe Martin to Carlisle to Crott. Back up top to McCall. Over to Martin. Martin, three-point attempt. No good. Rebounded by Henry Crott. He goes up. Looked like it was blocked by Oliver. Arthur recovers the ball. Oliver now with the ball. Passing it back and forth. He drives in a little bit. Not able to get too far. There will be a foul called against La Salette.
Lions really need to make sure that they're watching those fouls.
Fouls on number 3, Manny Garcia. His first, team's first. Evan Oliver going to the line to shoot 2. First shot is good. Second shot is good.
Lions now trailing by 6, 8-2, with 2:56 left to go here in the first quarter.
Every possession now is important, being down by 6. Manny Garcia with the ball to Carlisle. Back to McCall. McCall into Crott. Crott goes up. It is good. 2 points for Henry Crott.
Crott's really mastered the skill of just being able to spin around and get it to lay into the basket.
It's good to have 2 people on the inside, Manny Garcia and Henry Crott. Looks like Garcia's not able to get in there all that much, so Crott is. That's good. Another foul called on La Salette. Number 5, David Carlisle, his first, team second. Jaden Mast throwing the ball in, picked off by Carlisle. La Salette basketball. 2:20 left here in the first quarter. Manny Garcia to Crott. 2 more points for Crott.
Good, nice assist there coming from Manny.
Lions cut that lead down very quick. That's what you want to see.
Lions only trailing by 2 now, 8-6 with 2:07 left to go here in the first.
Grady Binion with the ball. Looking for something, being heavily guarded. Passes it over to Miller. Picked off, Joseph Martin. Lions now with the ball. Looking to put some more points on the board. 1:45 left in the first quarter. Joe McCall to Crott. Takes a shot. It is tipped. Garcia gets it. Passes it out to Carlisle, to Martin. Martin up for a shot. No good, but recovered by Garcia. Loses control of it. It goes out of bounds. It will be Arthur basketball. 1:32 left here in the first quarter.
Go, Blue. Good job, Blue.
Arthur Christian 8, La Salette 6.
It's a good comeback there by the Lions. Lions make sure that they're, cracking down on this defensive possession here. They really cannot let them score here.
Michael Miller bringing the ball and being heavily guarded by Carlisle. And there will be a foul called. Looks like it will again be on David Carlisle, his second, team's third. Michael Miller throwing the ball in for the Riders. Throws it up to Isaac Miller. Miller over to Mast. Sorry, Miller. Grady Binion with the ball, being guarded by Joe Martin. Arthur passing the ball around up top, trying to get something moving inside. Three-point attempt by Isaac Miller is no good. Recovered by the Lions. Joseph Martin now with the ball. Under a minute left here. Henry Crott out to Garcia. Garcia, shot from inside, no good. Joseph McCall has it. Doesn't go out, but he passes the ball out of bounds. Number 2, Isaac Miller throwing the ball in for Arthur. Looks like there's a little bit of a discussion here. And it stays Arthur basketball. Isaac Miller throws it into Michael Miller. Grady Binion now with the ball. Goes out of bounds as Michael Miller tries to get the pass. The La Salette basketball, 24.7 seconds left here in the first quarter. Arthur 8, La Salette 6. David Carlisle with the ball. Very close game here so far.
Lions taking their time on offense.
Manny Garcia tries to drive in, passes it out to Joe McCall. Joe McCall, three-point attempt, no good. Recovered by Crott. Crott goes up for 2 for the Lions. It is a tight game. Arthur with the ball. Joe McCall, the Lions recover the ball, but not able to get a shot off. It is 8-8 at the end of the first quarter.
It's a very good game so far, shaping up to be a very good game. So, brother, what do you think we need to see going into this second quarter? That's a lot. How can the Lions come out on top of this going into halftime?
The Lions have definitely picked it up throughout the first quarter. We saw they went down 8-2. They were able to put 6 points on the board. They recovered. They tied the game back up. Lions need to keep up that intensity. Like we were saying, we can't have these bad passes that turn into turnovers, and that's how we turn the ball over. And they're putting points on the board. We need to prevent that.
Absolutely.
One of the goals of the game, I was talking to Tommy Bronner a little bit before the game, saying the offense needs to focus on spacing out, getting people over the court, and they need to focus on moving the ball around. Smart passes, like we were just saying.
Those are definitely some key things the Lions can work on, and if they work on that and if they get that down, then I think they can definitely win this game.
Right now, points for La Salette. Manny Garcia has 2. Henry Crott has 6. For Arthur, Grady Binion, Micah Linville, and Evan Oliver all have points for Arthur. Arthur now with the ball. Trying to, number 3, Micah Linville. With the ball, passes it over to Oliver. Oliver into Smith. Back to Linville. To Mast. Oliver now with the ball. Back over to Grady Binion. Grady Binion being guarded by Joe Martin gets in. His shot is no good, but put up by number 23, Mason Smith, for 2 points for the Riders.
Lions need to get something to go their way here on offense.
Joseph Martin with the ball. To Carlisle. Trot. Back to Martin. To Joe McCall. To Martin. Lions need to get something inside here. They're just passing the ball around the outside. Manny Garcia now with the ball. Back out to Joe Martin. To Crott. Crott fakes a three. Drives in. Shot is no good. Both Crott and Garcia fall. It will be La Salette basketball. 6:31 left here in the second quarter. Arthur with 10. La Salette with 8. Joe Martin now with the ball. David Carlisle to McCall. Into Crott, not able to get the pass. Tips it out of bounds. It will be Arthur basketball as Evan Oliver throws it in to Michael Linville. Linville driving in, being guarded by Carlisle. Throws it to Mast. To Binion. Binion goes up. His shot is no good. Tipped out by La Salette. It will remain Arthur basketball. Lions need to keep focusing with that defense, keeping them from driving to the basket. Oliver. Arthur shot no good. Recovered by Mason Smith. Over to Oliver. And he will be called for traveling. It will be La Salette basketball. 5:56 left in the first half. Manny Garcia throws it into Carlisle. Back to Garcia. Joe Martin into Crott. Back to Garcia. Joe Martin now with the ball. To Carlisle. McCall. Martin, Crott. Crott tries to drive in, and he will be called for a charge.
So far in this second quarter, the Lions they haven't been able to get anything to go their way on offense so far. So they really need to make sure that they're getting some plays working on offense.
Still no points on the board for La Salette with 5:30 left in the second quarter. Jaden Mast with the ball. Mast to Oliver. Back to Mast. Ball is tipped. Fumbling. Joe McCall recovers the ball. La Salette basketball. David Carlisle. Over to Garcia. Back to Geister, to Carlisle. Geister's trying to get the guys to get something set up here. Into Garcia. Garcia looking for somebody to pass to. Geister over there on the other side of the court. Lions having trouble getting offense set up right now.
Yeah, they really are. They really need to get into a groove.
Manny on the inside. He goes up. Shot hits the rim. Gets his own rebound. Goes up, and he will be fouled. Looked like by number 23, Mason Smith. That'll be his first, team's first. Manny Garcia shooting 2. And his 2 free throws are good.
Manny is 64.8% from the free throw line so far this season, so he's a guy who you want to get to the free throw line.
Manny Garcia is just, he's been pretty much our leading scorer. His highest game at 25 points. So the Lions really, relying on him. Arthur's called for a travel.
So far, Manny seems to be playing pretty well today. But honestly, in the post right now, Henry Crott is dominating in there. He's gotten a lot of points in there, so let's hope that we can see him keep that up throughout the rest of this game.
And Looked like there was a technical called. Manny Garcia going to the line. On Coach Greg Mast. So when a technical is called, the other team gets 2 free throws. Both teams have to be behind the center court line as the shots are taken.
Arthur's coach is desperately arguing right now with the referee, saying that he didn't do anything. Did you see what he was called for? I didn't see what happened.
He must have said something to the refs. It looks like he misunderstood a play or a call or something, and he must have said something, and the refs
and now for arguing, I'm pretty sure he just got another technical called on him. So Manny will go to the line again.
And when you get 2 technicals, you are out of the game. So Coach Greg Mast leaves the gym. Manny Garcia's first shot is good.
Nice job, Manny.
Manny Garcia makes all 4 of his free throws there on the 2 technicals.
And Arthur will call a timeout.
4:17 left here in the first quarter. Sorry, in the first half. La Salette with 14, Arthur with 10.
So going into the rest of this this second quarter here, what do you think we need to see from the Lions on offense in order to extend this lead?
Lions need to keep up their intensity. They just got 4 free throws from Manny Garcia. Now they need to use that to, keep up their intensity and keep moving forward on offense. La Salette's just been having trouble setting stuff up on offense. Looks like Arthur's been doing a decent job guarding the inside. Lions need to, work on something to break that defense and get in there and get some more points up on the board.
Yeah, that's true. Lions also, they've been doing a pretty good job so far this game with ball reversals. They've been reversing the ball enough, and then they've been able to see the open lane and drive to the basket. But if we can see that do that a little bit more, I think that'll go a long way.
Manny Garcia getting ready to throw the ball in for the Lions. And he is called for 5 seconds, turns the ball over.
Couldn't really find anybody open. People were, running, trying to get open, but Arthur was playing some pretty solid defense there.
So if you don't throw the ball in within 5 seconds, it's a turnover. That's what you just saw there. Jaden Mast with the ball to Oliver. Oliver tries to drive in. Manny Garcia will be called for a foul, as he was guarding Oliver, looked a little too closely there. Oliver throws the ball into Mast. Over to Miller. Miller going in, back to Mast. Mast goes in, guarded by McCall. He will be Joseph McCall will be called for a block. Jaden Mast will go to the line to shoot. His basket will count.
So Lions not looking too good here on fouls. They have 6 fouls already in this game. So one more and they'll put Arthur in the bonus.
That's just under 4 minutes left here in the half. Jaden Mast, his first shot is good. His only shot is good. Manny Garcia back into Carlisle.
And so just like that, Arthur makes this a 1-point game, 14-13.
It's these rivalry games where really anything could happen.
Yeah, it's true. It doesn't matter how good either team is on paper. Honestly, it's, any team can take it.
Foul was just called there on Arthur, number 12, Jaden Mast. That is his first, Arthur's 4th. David Carlisle throwing the ball in. Coming into this game, the Lions are 7-11. The Conquering Riders are 6-16. In their conference, they are 1-3. Henry Crott goes up. Shot is no good. Recovered by Miller. Miller bringing the ball in. Out to Oliver. He trips up. Garcia gets the ball. Lions basketball. Over to Carlisle. Carlisle, three-point attempts. It's good.
That's going to be some huge momentum for the Lions. Lions now up by 4 points, 17-13, with 3:04 left to go here in the first half.
Carlisle had a little bit of a rough time with his three-point attempts last night. He only made 1 out of 5.
Let's hope that he's on tonight. It'll be Lions ball out of bounds as Arthur tipped it out.
Manny Garcia will throw the ball in. 2:58 left here in the half. Lions 17, Arthur 13. Arthur playing a 2-3 defense. Joe McCall out to Martin. To McCall again. To Martin. Lions trying to get something moving inside here. Henry Crott. Crott drives in. It is good. Salette with 19 now.
Let's hope the Lions can break away here, really extend this lead going into half.
Like you were saying, that 3-point by David Carlisle must have been a momentum builder. Joseph Martin called for a foul there. A little bit of a push. Evan Oliver. It'll be 1-1. Number 15, Michael Miller, shooting for Arthur. Miller gets his first points of the afternoon. It's 2 more points for Arthur. Score is 19-15. Salette in the lead. 2:20 left here in the half. David Carlisle with the ball. Over to Crott. Crott drives in, almost slips up, passes back out to Martin. To Carlisle. Martin. Arthur playing strong defense inside. Carlisle, 3-point attempt, no good. Rebounded by Joe Martin. Joe Martin goes up, no good. And Arthur will recover the basketball. Miller to Linville. Linville driving in, passes it to Smith. Passes intercepted, picked off by Garcia. McCall now with the ball for the Lions. He goes in. And he will be called for a charge. Joseph McCall, second foul, Salette's 8th.
That did not look like a charge to me. Did that look like a charge to you? I didn't see.
Yeah, he didn't look too planted there.
I really did not see where that was a charge. But it'll be Arthur's ball nonetheless.
Miller bringing the ball up. Pass bobbled by Isaac Miller. Josh McQuillan recovers it. Foul there on number 2, Isaac Miller.
So Lions have 8 fouls so far tonight. The Riders with 5.
Wild pass there goes out of bounds. It will be Arthur basketball. Lions have definitely built up their points, but they need to work on keeping that lead now.
Yeah, definitely.
Don't get too wild.
Yeah, they also need to work here on defense. They've been doing a pretty good job of poking the balls loose and getting passes intercepted, so good job for them so far tonight on that.
Ball will be passed out of bounds. It will be Salette basketball. 1:14 left here in the half. David Carlisle now with the ball. To Garcia. To McQuillan. Crott. Garcia. McQuillan again. Carlisle now with the ball. What can the Lions do here on offense? McQuillan tries to get it to Garcia, but it is tipped out of bounds by Michael Miller. Manny Garcia will throw the ball in. Into Crott. Back to Garcia. McQuillan. Lions trying to get something going here. pass to Garcia is no good. Picked off by Evan Oliver. Passes it up to Michael Miller. Miller with the ball. Over to Oliver. His pass to Mason Smith does not go, and the Lions recover the ball. Lions needs to take advantage of these turnovers here. Joseph Martin with the ball to Carlisle. Looked like he was going to go for a three-pointer there, but decided not to. His three-point attempt there, no good.
Clock's ticking now. 10 seconds left to go in this first half.
Michael Miller with the ball. He drives in, shot, no good. Mason Smith tries to tip it in, but not able to. Manny Garcia, long three-point attempt is no good, and the clock expires. La Salette Lions with 19, Arthur Christian with 15. What have we seen so far in this first half?
So Lions looking pretty solid on defense. They've been able to poke balls loose and everything else. But on offense, they've got to get into a groove. They have to get things going. They've just gone on some streaks where they just keep scoring and scoring, but then after that they kind of just die down and they don't really take advantage of the turnover possessions that they come across. So I think they really need to capitalize on those.
That seems to be kind of what's been going on all season. Lions haven't really been able to get too much going here on offense.
Yeah.
But in spite of that, Lions still have 19 and Arthur has 15. We are going to take a break here during halftime, and we will come back to bring you some stats updates, scoring updates in a little bit. Thank you for tuning in to watch La Salette basketball this Saturday afternoon here at Arthur Christian School. Welcome back to Arthur Christian School here for the second half of this afternoon's action between the La Salette Lions and the Arthur Christian Conquering Riders. La Salette, 19 points, Arthur with 15. This is Brother Dominic Savio and Joseph Mackin bringing you second half action. How we doing, Joe?
Doing pretty well, and so are the Lions so far in this game, looking really solid on offense and on defense. Lions with only 9 turnovers so far in this game in comparison to the Riders' 15. So really looking good there.
Let's take a look at this, the point situation here. First for the Lions, Manny Garcia has 8 points. David Carlisle has 3. Stephen Deister, Henry Crott has 8. Manny Garcia, he has 6 free throws on the night, 4 of those coming off of Coach Greg Mast's 2 technicals.
So I did get a confirmation on that. So basically what he did was, so he started arguing with the ref about a bad call, and the ref told him to sit down, and he wouldn't sit down, so they gave him his first technical. And then after that, he continued to argue with the referee, and so he gave him his second technical, and he was out. So
obviously getting kicked out of any game is embarrassing, but I could only imagine a rivalry game like this that Arthur most certainly wants to win, and the head coach gets kicked out for 2 technicals.
It has to be pretty embarrassing. So also, it kind of, desizes the morale on Arthur's side, and I don't know if it really increases it on the Lions, but at least decreases it on Arthur's side.
And if the technical itself did not increase La Salette's morale, those 4 free throws by Manny Garcia certainly should have.
Absolutely. If it wasn't for those right now, we would be tie game right now.
Yeah. Score stats for Arthur. Grady Binion has 3 points. Isaac Miller has 3 points. Jaden Mast has 3 points. Michael Miller has 2. Mason Smith has 2, and Evan Oliver has 2. Here we go. Second half has begun. Joseph Martin with the ball for the Lions to Carlisle. Back to Garcia. Crazies are making themselves known here. Joseph Martin now with the ball. To Crott. Back to Garcia. Joe McCall into Crott. Out to Carlisle. Carlisle, 3-point attempt. No good. Rebounded by Garcia. Garcia goes up. Shot no good. Recovered by number 23, Mason Smith, who passes it to Michael Miller. Carlisle guarding him now. Passes it back to Mason Smith. Mason Smith over to Evan Oliver. Oliver looking for somebody to pass to. Tries to get it to Mason Smith. Joseph Martin gets the pass. He goes up for the layup, and 2 more points for La Salette.
So Lions tack another 2 onto that lead. Lions now leading by 6 points.
That's Joe Martin's first 2 points of the afternoon. Linville over to Miller. Into Oliver. Oliver not able to do anything with it. Back out to Linville. Linville drives in, and he is called for a travel.
All this really building up La Salette's momentum here. So let's hope they can score off of this drive.
Carlisle with the ball. He's trying to get a play called here. Lions getting something set up. Crott tries to pass it to Carlisle, but picked off. Michael Miller goes up for 2 points. Lions really need to avoid those turnovers there. 21-17, La Salette in the lead. 5:55 left here in the third quarter. Joe Martin with the ball. Martin drives in.
Called for the carry there. Will be Arthur's ball out of bounds.
Evan Oliver throwing the ball in to Linville. Linville dribbles the ball up the court. Back to Oliver, close to the half-court line. Over to Miller. Miller to Binion. Binion, 3-point attempt, no good. Rebounded by Joseph Martin. Joe McCall with the ball. To Crott. To Carlisle. Garcia. Garcia, shot. It is good. 2 more points for Manny Garcia. That's 10 for him so far out during the game. Linville with the ball for the Riders. to Miller. Sorry, Smith. Ball is bobbled. 3-point attempt by Michael Miller is good. It's 5 points for him so far. La Salette basketball. Garcia into Carlisle. Just looking over at that scorer's table, I see that trophy sitting there. Big game. Joe Martin to Crott, to Carlisle. McCall. McCall being double manned. He tries to pass it to Garcia. Does not go. Riders ball. Linville. Binion. Oliver. Back to Binion. Back into Oliver. Shot by Mason Smith is no good. Tipped out of bounds. It will remain Arthur basketball. Lions need to keep up this good defense, keep the Riders from scoring. Evan Oliver, a 3-point attempt is good. 23-23, we have a tied game here.
Lions really need to pick it up on offense here. Just like that, Arthur tied it back up. So just like we've been saying, anyone's capable of winning this game.
Ball tipped out of bounds there by number 3, Michael Linville. La Salette, number 3, Manny Garcia throwing the ball in for the Lions. To McCall. McCall to Carlisle. To Martin. Arthur playing good defense here. La Salette having trouble getting stuff set up. Crott. Pass to Garcia. Garcia barely recovers it, and there will be a foul called on number 12, Jaden Mast. That's his second, team's first of the half. David Carlisle throwing the ball in. Carlisle throws the ball into Martin. Martin back to Carlisle. Carlisle to Garcia. Garcia up to Crott. Crott, ball goes in. La Salette with 25, Arthur with 23.
Henry Crott is 47.8% from the field goal, so he's one of the guys who you really want to get it to under the basket.
3-point shot by number 2, Isaac Miller, goes in. Arthur takes the lead by 1 point. Carlisle to Crott to Martin. Martin shot up, rebounded by Garcia. Garcia's shot is blocked. Ball is kicked by Isaac Miller. We're calling it a jump ball, and it will remain Arthur basketball.
So Coach Spezia will call a timeout here for the Lions. So Arthur, coming out of this half, they've been pretty aggressive, and they've taken the lead back from the Lions. What do you think that we need to do here, brother, in order to, get this back?
Well, Arthur moves the ball really fast. They play together as a team. They move the ball really fast. So La Salette obviously has to play together as a team too and be ready to guard, those quick passes.
Yeah.
So hopefully Coach Spezia is getting them set up with something on defense here, and also trying to get him moving on offense a little bit. Lions coming out a little slow on offense here. The Lions take the court. Arthur follows.
Now, if you remember, brother, in the first game this year against Arthur, it was kind of the same way as this. It was kind of a close game up until really the end of the third, fourth quarter. So, time we're coming up on right now. So one of these teams is going to pull away soon, probably, if I had to guess, going off of our last game against them. So Lions, need to be that team, so they need to pick it up here on offense.
Lions won that game 47-37 on January 13th at the Coliseum. Exciting day for everybody winning that rivalry game. Arthur with the ball. There will be a foul called there on La Salette as Mason Smith goes up. He will have 2 shots.
Both teams with 1 foul so far in this half. So both teams, looking pretty good for a foul so far.
That foul is on number 12, Joseph McCall. That's his 3rd. Smith's first shot is good. Second shot is also good. 2:15 left here in the 3rd quarter. Carlisle with the ball. Lions down by 3. Garcia into McCall. McCall shot up, no good. Recovered by Arthur. Into 35, Evan Oliver. Nice pass there. Mason Smith puts up the shot for 2 points. Arthur with 30, La Salette with 25. La Salette finding themselves in a little bit of a hole right now. Garcia to Joe Martin, 2 points for the Lions. 1:40 left here in the 3rd quarter.
Lions need to crack down on defense right now. Cannot allow any more points from the Riders.
Lions have been playing pretty solid defense, but especially now when it kind of seems like the Riders are on a little bit of a roll. 3-point attempt by number 2, Isaac Miller, is no good. It'll be La Salette basketball.
Joe Martin muscles that one in.
Foul on number 23, Mason Smith. That's his 2nd, team 2nd.
So, substitution here for the Lions. Steven Deister will be coming in for Joe McCall.
Ever since Tommy Bronner was injured before Christmas, Steven Deister, Joe Martin, Henry Crott have really picked it up.
Yeah, definitely. Steve Deister's really come in clutch so far here this season. He's become a really good point guard. And, teams worked really well, even without their captain, Thomas Bronner. So, it's good to see.
Still not exactly sure when Bronner will be back in action. His ankle is slowly getting better.
He says that he wants to be back within the next week. I'm not sure if that's, actually a, reasonable time period or not, but he says it's possible, so.
Well, let's see. Hopefully it is. Hopefully it is.
It'll be Lions basketball out of bounds.
Foul on number 35, Evan Oliver of the Riders. That's his 1st. Team's 3rd of the half. David Carlisle now called for 5 seconds.
That's one of those mistakes that we really can't make.
And unfortunately, we've seen it too many times this season. Not necessarily every game, but there definitely come those games where the Lions have trouble throwing the ball in bounds. The other team playing, good defense. Henry Kratz almost steals, tips the ball away. Deister recovers. Deister not able to hold on to it. Recovered by number 1, Grady Binion. Arthur has the ball back.
Lions really need to break away here. They need to reclaim this lead and then break away with it.
Lions did a good job tipping that ball away. It's just they were not able to recover it, so it remains Riders' ball. 3-point by number 35, Evan Oliver, is good. 6-point game now.
Lions can't let them get this. Lions can't let this get them down.
Especially not in a game like this. Crott. His shot is no good. Evan Oliver now with the ball. To Mast. Timeout called by Arthur. Arthur having a little bit of momentum going their way here. 6-point game. 9.2 seconds left here in the 3rd quarter.
So, brother, what do you think we need to see in order to come back from this deficit right now?
I think just concentration, making smart passes. Lions have been playing pretty good defense, but as you saw there on that last 3-pointer, they left him wide open there on the outside, so he was able to get that shot off. Plenty of time.
Yeah, I think Lions also really need to work on just, they can't let this get them down, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Even though they're only down by 6 points, they have a whole nother quarter ahead of them. They can't let them, they can't let this get them down. They really have to work hard.
You can very easily see that happening in a rivalry game like this.
Yeah.
So they cannot allow this to happen. Evan Oliver. Pass is tipped, picked off by Carlisle. Into Garcia. Garcia goes up, shot no good, and he does not get his rebound. Oliver loses the ball. There is a foul called as the timer goes off. Foul will be on number 3. Or is that? Yeah, foul on number 3, Manny Garcia.
I guess as he was trying to get that last-second shot off, Manny maybe hit his arm or something, but Manny with 3 fouls now going into the 4th quarter here. That's not good.
Evan Oliver has 3 free throws here because that foul was on a 3-point shot. And he makes all 3 of them. It's a 9-point lead for Arthur. Foul there costly for the Lions.
Yeah, Lions really need to make sure that they're getting something going on defense. Throughout this whole 3rd quarter so far, they've gotten nothing going for them on offense, really. So we really need to pick it up here.
Let's hope they can get everything together here in this huddle between quarters.
Yeah. So far in this game, Manny Garcia, he has 7 rebounds already. That is really good, for Manny and for the team. That's, a lot of different possessions that the Lions wouldn't usually have and that they do now. So that's always good to see. Joe McCall here with 3 rebounds. Henry Crott with 4 rebounds. So those are always good, for the Lions to get, leads to offensive possessions that they usually wouldn't have, and hopefully some extra points.
Carlisle with the ball as the 4th quarter begins. Deister now with the ball up top, being guarded by Jaden Mast. Lions need to get something moving here at the beginning of the 4th quarter. Get some momentum going. Joe Martin.
I think if they can get some momentum going here, start going on a scoring streak, then they really can win this game.
Lions find themselves down by 9. Steven Deister is fouled by number 12, Jaden Mast.
Well, Steve, he's a shorter player. Obviously he doesn't have a big height advantage or anything like that. He's quite short, but sometimes he can use that shortness to his advantage, so he can get fouls called on him a lot. So that's one advantage of being short. He can also weave between players, which is always helpful for cutting into the basket.
And he's also just very good with dribbling the ball. Henry Crott turns the ball over. Grady Binion is blocked by Manny Garcia as Isaac Miller goes up for the shot, but Garcia will commit a foul.
That's Manny's 4th foul tonight. That is not good. We cannot have him commit another one. Otherwise, he'll be out of this game, and he is a key player for the Lions.
Isaac Miller's first shot is good. Obviously, in any game, you don't want to get your main players into foul trouble, but especially not in a big rivalry game like this.
Yeah.
Second shot is no good, rebounded by Garcia. Deister now with the ball to Carlisle. Arthur up by 10, 37-27. Deister to Crott. Back to Deister. Joe Martin now with the ball.
It's a 10-point ball game here, 37-27, with just under 7 minutes left to go here in this game.
Lions need to get something moving here. Lions need to get on a roll. Carlisle into Garcia. Garcia drives in. Nice shot, and it is good.
Good job by Manny there, driving in, cutting down Arthur's lead. Let's hope the Lions can really, crack down on defense here, not allow them to score, get a rebound or something, and then get back on offense and score again.
Arthur with the ball. Jaden Mast. Mast to Oliver. Miller. Blocked by Joe Martin. 3-point attempt by Grady Binion is no good. Bounces out of bounds. It will be La Salette basketball. Looked like Joe Martin might have been pushed around a little bit there.
So far, fouls for this half. Arthur has 4 fouls and the Lions have 3. So both teams fairly conservative on their fouls.
Manny Garcia, though, unfortunately finding himself with a couple more fouls than he would probably like right now. Carlisle has the ball tipped away from him. Linville up to Miller. Ball is tipped. It will go out of bounds. Stay Arthur basketball. Michael Miller throwing the ball in for Arthur. Finds Linville. To Binion. To Miller. Michael Miller. To Linville. Linville tries to pass the ball. Tipped around. He recovers it. His shot goes up. No good. Lions basketball.
That's going to be a big momentum builder there, him missing that easy layup. So Lions really need to score here.
Once again, having trouble getting the ball on the inside. Arthur playing very good defense. Carlisle three-point attempt, no good. Trott tries to rebound it, but is tipped out of bounds by Linville.
It will remain Lions basketball here.
Carlisle throwing the ball in. 5:28 left here in the game. Lions down by 8, finding themselves in a hole. Another turnover. Grady Binion. No, Deister recovers it. Binion again tips the ball away. I think the Lions were looking for a travel call there, as Binion slipped. See what the call was. Looks like it will be a foul on La Salette, number 20, Joseph Martin, his second, team's 4th. Michael Miller throwing the ball in for Arthur.
So 8-point ball game here, 37-29. 5:15 left to go here in the game.
Linville with the ball. Grady Binion out to Isaac Miller. His shot, three-point shot is no good. Rebounded by Grady Binion. Michael Miller with the ball. Over to Isaac Miller. Isaac Miller goes up for 2. Back to a 10-point game. Arthur with 39, La Salette with 29.
Lions really need to start getting something going on offense here.
There'll be a block there as Henry Crott is fouled. Foul is on number 15, Michael Miller.
So the Riders have 5 fouls so far in this second half, and Lions with 4.
That's Michael Miller's first foul. Carlisle to Garcia, into Crott. Crott goes up, shot, no good, rebounded by Grady Binion. Jaden Mass now with the ball. Lions not able to convert on their possessions. Steven Deister will get a foul.
Both teams with 5 fouls now.
It's Deister's first foul. Evan Oliver throwing the ball in. Jaden Mast with the ball now. Lions just need to keep up, playing good defense. It'll be called for a carry. It'll be La Salette basketball.
Lions really need to get something going on offense. They really need to go on one of those scoring sprees. You know what I mean? They got on one of those earlier in the end of this first half, end of the first quarter, start of the second. So hope they can get on another one of those.
They need to pick that back up again. Just over 4 minutes left here in the game, down by 10. What can they do to pick it back up and get these points to tie it up and get in the lead? Crott to Carlisle. McCall to Deister. Deister is able to keep the ball to Crott. Crott layup is good. It is an 8-point game. Basket counts. There is a foul on the play. So Crott will go to the line. Looked like it was on number 35, Evan Oliver. That's his second, team 6th. Crott's basket counted, so he gets 1 shot. It is good.
So Lions trailing by a mere 7 points now.
Every point counts. Free throws, got to make those free throws. 3:50 left here in the game. Lions down by 7. Hopefully that can be a momentum builder.
Lions, I think if the Lions can do well on this defense here, then I think that, and they can, go back down and score, then they can really build some momentum.
And that was a big miss there. If they had made that,
that would have been, yeah, that would not have looked good. Because then from there, it would have just been a back and forth game.
Arthur would have taken a 10-point lead again. Garcia with the ball. Just over 3 minutes left here in the game. Carlisle. Lions trying to move the ball around. Garcia tries to drive in, tipped away by Mast. Mast is fouled by Henry Crott. Crott went for the block, but he commits a foul.
Both teams now with 6 fouls as Henry Crott's second foul.
Jaden Mast will go to the line for 2. First shot is good. 8-point game now. 3:01 left. Second shot is good. Garcia throws the ball into Deister. Lions have got to get something going here. Running out of time. Garcia with the ball to Crott. To Carlisle. Back to Garcia. Deister, 3-point attempt. No good. Garcia ends up with the ball. Tipped away by Evan Oliver. And there will be a foul there. Couldn't quite tell who that one was on. Steven Deister.
So the Lions have now put the Riders in the bonus, committing 7 fouls.
Evan Oliver going to the line. First shot is no good. Second shot is no good. Big break there for the Lions. But Arthur recovers the ball. Evan Oliver with it. Michael Miller to Linville. Back to Oliver. Lions have got to stop this here. Miller with the ball again. Linville. Joseph McCall playing very close defense there. Miller to Linville. Be a foul there on David Carlisle.
I believe that is David's 4th foul of the night. His third foul.
Linville's first shot is good, so he will get a second.
Arthur now up to a 10-point lead.
.11-point lead as his second shot goes in. Lions need a big rally here. Need to get a lot of points very quickly.
So Lions will call a timeout here.
Hopefully Coach Spezia can get the offense moving.
So what do you think that the Lions need to work on offense here? Like, what has not been going their way?
It just seems like they're having a lot of trouble getting the ball inside. A couple missed 3-point attempts.
Yeah.
I mean...
Yeah, they are. That's right. The Lions really not being able to get anything going their way inside. They really need to work on that here. They need to get it inside to Manny or Crott, and then those two, they need to really finish it up.
Lions, right now just relying on shots from a little bit farther out, but we need to get those 2 taller guys open inside, and Arthur doing a good job guarding them.
So only 2 minutes and 11 seconds left in this crucial game.
And unfortunately, the Lions have had quite a few turnovers off of bad passes trying to get them inside. The Lions basketball with 2:11 left in the game. Lions down by 11 in this big rivalry game here for the Bravium Cup. Carlisle to Garcia. Crazy's trying to get the Lions pumped up. Pass is tipped. Deister not able to get it. Evan Oliver recovers. Michael Miller to Michael Linville. Back to Oliver. Deister will be called for a foul. Oliver will go to the line for a 1-and-1. It's Deister's third foul, Sallette's ninth. Oliver's first shot is good. Second shot is no good, rebounded by Garcia. Lions need to get stuff done here very quickly.
Yeah, Lions really need to get it to some of their three-point competent shooters.
Garcia throws the ball. It's kicked by Arthur. Salette calls a timeout. 1:36 left here in the game. Lions in a 12-point hole. Not looking good.
No, really not looking good for the Lions. They really need to pick it up in just about every aspect of the game right now. They're slacking off on offense, slacking off on defense. So we really just need to see them pick it up here and play like they were earlier in the game.
Lions finding themselves in a hole with fouls as well. Garcia, Carlisle, not this Deister. You know, things just are not looking good for the Lions right now.
Yeah, I mean, oh man, there's not much you can really say at this point. I mean, Arthur, they're playing better right now. They're playing better.
Things are just going their way. Lions are, committing turnovers, committing fouls. Here we go, 1:36 left here in the game. Carlisle into Garcia. Garcia dribbling the ball. Carlisle looking to get somebody open. Garcia's finally there. And there will be a foul there as Garcia goes to the ground.
That is Arthur's seventh foul, so Manny will go to the line, shooting a 1-on-1.
Foul is on number 2, Isaac Miller. That's his second. Manny Garcia's shot is no good. Arthur with the basketball. Pass up to Michael Miller. Foul will be called on number 22, Henry Crott.
That is Crott's third foul of the night.
Team's 10th, so that puts Arthur in the double bonus. So Michael Miller will automatically get 2 shots.
And with those 2 free throws there, he is not looking good for the Lions right now. I mean, with only 1 minute and 12 seconds left to go in this game, they're going to need a miracle.
Lions are down by 14. Garcia to Deister. To Garcia. To Crott. Crott up for 2. Under a minute left. Lions
trailing by 12 right now.
Michael Miller with the ball. Foul there on number 10, Steven Deister. That's his 4th, team's 11th. 2 shots for Michael Miller. First shot is up and good. 13-point lead for Arthur with 48.6 seconds left. Well, this is not the game we wanted to see, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Carlisle with the ball. Garcia. Ball is kicked by number 2, Isaac Miller. Unfortunately, that's a lot of the passes that we've seen. Either, quite a few of them have been tipped away, blocked. Deister with the ball. Garcia to Carlisle, 35 seconds left. Garcia goes up. His layup is no good. Not able to convert. 30.8 seconds left in the 2020 Bravium Cup game. Arthur, 48. La Salette, 34. Number 35, Evan Oliver, shooting.
So Manny commits his 5th foul of the night. Peter Schrader will sub into the game for him.
First shot is good. 49 now for Arthur. 15-point game.
And Arthur will be subbing in all of their subs. So this game is almost impossible to win now. So, I mean, looking like a very disappointing loss here tonight for the Lions.
Not really too much to say on that one. Evan Oliver pumped as he makes his 2nd free throw. Joseph McCall throwing the ball in to Steven Geister. Geister dribbles the ball up the court to Crott. Crott up 2 points. 36 now for La Salette. 14-point game. Cole Gabriels has the ball, loses it out of bounds. La Salette will get the ball back with 15 seconds left. Joe McCall into Deister. Deister, 3-point attempt, no good. Crott with the ball, goes up for 2. 12-point game now. And the ball will go out of bounds with 1.4 seconds left. Carlisle to Crott. Crott shot up, time expires, and La Salette cannot pull it off. Arthur, 50. La Salette, 38. Very disappointing game, Joe.
Yeah, not the game that we wanted to see, as especially in this game, this being a cup game, the Lions lose the Bravium.
For the first time since it's been started. Well, I guess that's the game. Arthur 50, La Salette 38. Thank you for tuning in to watch this year's game. This has been Brother Dominic Savio and Joseph Mackin bringing you this afternoon's action from Arthur Christian School. Next time the Lions take the court will be next Saturday, February 1st, against Hoopston. The JV game will be at 2 p.m. Varsity game will be at 3:30. Once again, thank you for watching this afternoon's game. Have a good afternoon, and God bless.